you. My name is Surasan Pomsari. I'm here to introduce to you the one-of-a-kind visa type that I think will be very, very suitable to you and to your potential clients who are interested in investing in the property business for residential purposes. I like to stress on the point of residential purposes only. Right now, I'd like to take a brief moment to introduce to you some of the key members who are here representing the Thai Long Stay Management Company Limited, as well as the Royal Thai Police Immigration Bureau, who are here to explain and talk to you about the essential visa type that we are about to talk to you and introduce to you this afternoon. So let me now introduce to you the first person, Mrs. Piyapat Subarnayuthiya, the CEO of Thai Long Stay Management Company Limited. And another person that I'd like to introduce to you is Police Lieutenant Colonel Nattara Kantanapanang, the Deputy Superintendent of the Departure Immigration Subdivision of Suvarnabhumi Airport. So these two key personnel will be able to assist you in the Q&A, the questions and answers afterwards, after my explanation. I hope that I can provide you some clarity on some of the issues concerning this new type of visa that we are introducing to the potential investors, the potential visitors who want to come stay in Thailand for long term. So right now, if I could start off, of course, with what this is all about. I'm here to talk about the long-term stay visa, right? So the new visa category was initiated by the Immigration Bureau with the intention of encouraging the high-quality, high-purchasing power foreign tourists to travel to and reside or stay in Thailand for longer periods with the purpose of residential purposes. I stress once again the point about residential purposes. And what we call this type of visa, long-term or long-stay tourism visa. I like to, from now on, like to call it the long-stay visa, just for the sake of clarity and easy for understanding. The key requirement is an investment in real estate valued at no less than 3 million baht. Okay? The investment value at no less than 3 million baht, either through purchase or lease for residential purposes. Okay. This enables the foreign nationals to stay in Thailand legally under the correct visa category. I know that many of you or many of your potential clients may have faced some of the challenges applying for long stay visa in Thailand in the past, but this type of visa is intended to help facilitate that very purpose of your potential clients coming or wanting to stay in Thailand for residential purposes and for longer term. Okay, so this is the new type of visa that I think will help clear the way for many of you to stay in Thailand legally under the correct type of visa. Okay, so once again, I stress all those points. All right, so I'd like to go into the details of what this visa is all about and what criteria this type of visa has in store for all of you. So starting off with, of course, the investment criteria. For foreign nationals investing at no less than 3 million baht in real estate, there are two options for this. First option is that foreign national wanting to buy the property, and the property has to be no less than 3 million baht. Now, that property has to be a condominium because Thailand is still restricted by law of a foreign national owning land as a freehold land. 51% of the land has to have the Thai nationality being the shareholder of the land. So we're still restricted with that law. So by owning a condominium or purchasing a condominium, that will enable you or foreign national to be the owner of the unit or of the property itself. The other option for this is rent, okay, or lease. So under the rent option, there are two subcategories or two sub options. You can either rent or lease. The differences between rent or lease is very simple. Rent is like for short term, or lease is for longer term. But they both mean for rental purposes. So owning a property either by purchasing it at no less than 3 million baht or renting it. Okay. Rent, you have the option of either renting a condominium or a house, because rent means that you don't 100% or you don't actually own the property, you're actually renting it from a Thai national or Thai entity who actually owns the property itself. Okay, so I hope that's clear for all of you. Now, touching in more details on the first option of purchasing or buying the property. The purchase of the property has to be a unit or condominium, right? Developed by a Thai entity, a Thai property developer, or it could be a private ownership. It has to be a Thai ownership though. It could be any type of developer, but it has to be a Thai national who actually owns the property itself. And you are buying the condominium from that Thai national. Purchase contract, condominium title deed. So these are the essential documents that you need to get from the owner when you buy the property. Okay, and the purchase price of no less than 3 million baht. That's very clear. Now, for option 2, I mentioned to you already, it's divided into 2 sub-options. The first option is renting of the property. Has to be, of course, for the first option of this is short-term rental. Short-term rental, but you still have to fulfill all these criteria. The first criteria is, of course, the rental price has to be no less than 85,000 baht per month. Okay, and the rental period has to be no less than 1 year. Now, and another criteria for this is, of course, you have to provide documentation or evidence that you pay in advance for at least 3 months for that property. Okay, and then, of course, if you fulfill these criteria, the first immigration visit visa can be issued for you for the first 90 days. That's like 3 months. Okay, and if you because why 3 months? Because that will take time for the immigration to work on the paper for you. So that would allow ample time for the documentation, for the checking and verification of the documentation to take place within that 90 days. And after that, if all clear, then you'll be issued the 12-month visa afterwards. So that will allow you to stay like 1 year. Now, on the last line here, it must show the proof of advance rental payment. This is essential. You have to pay 3 months in advance, and you have to provide your documentation as proof for that. Now coming to option, 2/2, which is like the sub-option under the rental agreement, which is the leasehold. Leasehold, as I mentioned to you, is a longer-term rental. And how to fulfill that? Obviously, it has to be a lease of more than 3 years. Okay, and the leasehold has to be valued more than 3,060,000. Why 3,060,000 when I said 3 million beforehand in the purchase? Because if you multiply 85,000 by 12, that will come to 10,020,000 and times it by 3 years. So that will make it 3,060,000 baht. Okay, all clear? Yeah. And lease agreement, that's what you need to provide to the officials, as well as proof of payment, property title deed with the name of the applicant on the deed itself. That's very clear. When you want to apply a visa for yourself, you have to have your name as applicant on the deed. That's very clear. Now, in terms of documentations, what kind of documents do you need? Certainly, you need these standard documents, visa application form, that's simple, and copy of applicant's passport, that's also very straightforward to all of you. Now, in terms of the purchase of a condo, These are the other documents that you need to provide, which are obviously the condo sale purchase agreement, payment evidence, the transfer receipt, the proof of payment of fees and taxes from the land department. I think majority and all of the property developers and other entity, be they private or public, they can provide you with a proof of payment for that in terms of the payment of tax and fees. Because obviously when you purchase the properties, they will have to get the payment receipts from the land department. Also, the title deed showing the applicant's name. That's very obvious as well. You need to have your name on that title deed in order to apply for the visa. And a copy of the house registration, which can also be provided by the property developer in due course. And of course, the map showing the building's location. Why that's so essential? Because obviously that will help facilitate the immigration officers to know where exactly your location is. And other documentations would be the required photos. Photos, very straightforward, front of the condominium building, just to make sure that the property is real and is there, okay? So front of the condominium building, front of the room that you are purchasing, and also inside of the room, okay? Just for the sake of clarity and helping the officials to ensure that the property that you bought or you buy is the real property. Now, for the purpose of rental, these are the standard documentation. Again, the same with the purchasing option. For lease agreement, again, I mentioned to you already, you have to have the lease of not less than 1 year. And in the case of the leasehold for the longer term rental, you have to provide the documentation of you actually leasing it for not less than 3 years. And of course, specify the applicant's name as tenant and all other details. I think you understand what I mean. Okay, title deed, copy of the house registration, map showing the buildings of the house location, straightforward. Landlord and payment, the lessor status, of course, has to be tied individual who are renting out the property to you. I mentioned to you already because we are restricted by law that any land has to be a Thai majority ownership, 51%. So the lessor has to provide the status of him or her being the owner as a result of that. And of course, the payment proof, receipt of 85,000 baht, or the total receipt for the first application, of course, the advance payment of 3 months of 85,000 baht. Required photos, similar to the purchase option. Required photos, front of the condominium or the house, front of the room or the house, and of course, inside the room and inside the house. So these are the options, or these are the criteria that you need to provide. Okay, now I hope it's all very clear to all of you, because going back to this a little bit, for the rental, I think that covers both short-term and long-term rental agreements that you need to provide all these. I mentioned to you already, if it's for short-term, the duration has to be not less than 1 year, but if it's longer term for leasehold, it has to be not less than 3 years. Now, questions is, what about my family? What about my spouses, my parents, my children? Are they eligible for the visa? I say that they are, provided that they have the required documentation available. For spouses, these are the criteria or the conditions. Spouses, they must have the relationship both de jure, legal, and of course de facto. So that's to say, proper documentation provided by the authorized authority needs to be provided for the application of your spouse for the visa. For children, they have to be biological adopted, or they can be adopted or stepchildren, and they must be unmarried, living in the household and under 20 years of age. And for parents, of course, father or mother of the applicant, I believe that each individual will only have one parent and one father and one mother, right? So we only allow two in that case, and they must be 50 years of age or older. Now, for the details of the documentations that you need to provide for your family members, the application form, straightforward, passport of the applicant, that's yourself. If you were to buy the property or rent the property, you need to provide the passport as well as passport of the family member that you want to apply the visa for. Proof of relationship, these need to be the official documentations provided by the authorized authorities. Spouse, you have to provide the marriage certificate. Children, of course, birth certificate, adoption, registration, house registration. So parents, they also need to provide the birth certificate of the applicant as well. Now, I like to stress on this point here, which is in the box saying important. All foreign documentations must be translated into Thai and certified by the authorized authority to translate this documentation. And of course, these documentations needs to be recognized by the Department of Consular Affairs under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Now, in terms of the duration timeline of how this thing works, you'll be, of course, as soon as you submit application, you'll be, let's say everything goes according to plan and your visa application is accepted, you'll be provided with a temporary visa of stay of 90 days. Okay. And if, again, everything goes well and your visa gets approved, then another 12 months or 15 months will be granted for you. Okay. But if you need to, this one indicates that extension before the 90 days expire, if say, for example, your visa application needs a little bit further process, it may be extended by the authority concerned. That's to say the immigration office will be able to assist you with the extension of the visa should they need to be extended. But in any case, if your visa is approved, then you'll be given this long stay visa, which will allow you to stay for the next 12 months. Okay, so 12 months adding onto the 90 days will come up to 15 months. So that's why it says 12/15 months. Okay, so this is the only limitation that we have for this long stay visa. It can only allow you to stay for the next 12 months. So when the 12 months completes, you need to reapply and renew the visa, which should not be difficult because you already have been given the first visa, long stay visa for the first time, and if you want to renew it, then with the proper documentations that again you probably will need to resubmit, you should be able to get the extension of the long stay visa continuously. Note for the renter, okay, depending on the contract duration and prepayment, first year 12 equals 12 or 15 months. Again, as I mentioned to you, it can be either 12 or 15 months depending on how long the process of this 90 days takes place. All right, so I hope this is all clear for all of you. Now, I mentioned the company name, Thai Long Stay Management Company Limited, right? They are the only authorized agent to help facilitate the application of your visa, especially for this type of visa, of long stay visa. So Thai Long Stay Management is the key agency, if you like, because not only you need to apply through them, but it's also because they are the only authorized agency to help manage your visa application for this type of visa. And not only that, also they will assist you in verifying the proper documentations, be they birth certificate, visa application form, and all those documentations that I mentioned earlier. The Thai long stay management will help verify, checking whether you have the right documentation, whether you are applying for the right type of visa, and what have you. So they are here to assist and facilitate your visa application. So this is like a one-stop service for you, if you like. You don't need to go anywhere else. You don't need to contact any supposedly some agent who claims to be able to apply a visa for you, because a lot of the times those are fake. Those are the unreal visa agents. But you need to go through the Thai Long Stay Management Company Limited, because they are the only, I underline this point, the only authorized agent who is able to coordinate and facilitate the visa application for you. I like to stress on the point that they only charge you a minimal fee of 4,000 baht for your for assisting in your application, and the 4,000 baht is the coverage for 20 years as a membership, if you like. You can see it as a membership for this visa type. But in any case, the 4,000 baht is only the facilitating fee. It's not like a service fee, if you like. But you still have to pay 27,000 baht for visa application annually, every year, because that's the cost of the visa application. Every year you have to pay 27,000 baht towards the government for the visa application. And if you have any doubts or any concerns in the future, suppose that we finish this briefing and you'd like to get in touch with the Thai Long Stay Management for any consultation, any questions that you may have, in the future, please contact them here. This is the details of the email and the telephone numbers that you can talk to them. All right, so I believe that's all I have in terms of the slides. Now, subject to questions, I believe there are so many questions that a lot of people may have burning to ask. All right, so please feel free to ask. Okay, go ahead, sir.
You started out by saying that it was You started out by saying that it was a tourist visa, but that you would want to call it a long stay visa. Does that mean that they would not be eligible to work?
Yes. They will not be eligible to work because it's a tourist visa. Okay. Yeah. Because I'd like to expand on that a little bit. Work visa comes under another category, another type of visa. So if you want to work in Thailand, you need to apply for a different type of visa, not this one. This is intended for residential purposes, for people who intended to come here and stay. Maybe they have work elsewhere, like abroad in other countries, but want to use Thailand as a base for stay, like tourism, long stay. That's the type of visa that will apply for them. All right, thank you. All right, so I have the two key persons that I should invite. Could be a Pat and of course Kun Emma, who are here to help explain the details. Maybe if you could give them a big round of applause to welcome them on to the front. Maybe she can help me explain some of the details and some of the questions that you may have.
Once again, thank you very much. May I introduce myself? I'm Lieutenant Colonel Natara, or please call me Emma as a nickname. Today, it's my pleasure to be here today. So I would like to answer you the questions that's relevant to immigration, of course, and shortly, as our MC has said, this kind of visa has designed it for those who wish to stay inside Thailand for a longer period of time legally. We can extend like yearly, year by year. Any questions at all? Yes.
We have several people here raising hands. Maybe you, gentleman in the front first.
Yes. Is it possible to buy several units? For example, one 2 million, another one 1 million. Is it cumulable? Addition? Accumulate, yes.
Like 2 rooms in one building?
Or separate?
Separate projects or?
Yeah, why not?
I believe that it has to be the same project.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's less than 3 million baht.
Okay.
Yeah, don't forget the intention of this visa is for you to stay yourself. I mean, it's not designed for the purpose of investment, for example, not like buying the property and you want to rent it out to another foreign national, because you cannot, because the ownership is under your name, and suppose that you are a foreign national and you own that property, you cannot rent it out to another foreigner, because that will not fulfill the criteria, because the condominium has to be owned, or the property has to be owned by a Thai national. And you buy that property from a Thai national or Thai entity, and that property becomes under your name. So then you are entitled to apply for the visa yourself, but not to sublet it to someone else and let that person apply for the visa. That cannot be done.
Okay. And the second question, please. Is it only for the first hand or the second hand also? Second hand also?
It can be any hands.
Okay.
First hand, second hand, third hand, as long as you buy the property from a Thai national.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Any more questions? Yes.
Can be open to bank account.
Sorry.
Bank account.
เปิดบัญชี
ตกลง
You can.
เปิดบัญชีได้ด้วยหรือเปล่า
ใช่
ได้ไหมครับ
That's a possibility. That's a possibility. If you go through the Thai long stay management, couldn't be a participant mentioned this to me. If you go through Thai long stay management company, they will be able to help facilitate the the opening of the bank account. But again, it's not part of our core intention of this long stay visa, but we can assist you in helping that.
So I saw that one of the required documents is the house registration, and I was wondering if it's necessary for the buyer to register a yellow book, or can a blue book work as well?
My understanding is your question is whether you'll be supposed to be the buyer, right? And will you be given a blue book as a house registration? Is that what you're saying?
Because usually upon purchasing a property, the foreign buyer will receive the blue book, and then they'll have to personally register for a yellow book. And there are some requirements, because I had the opportunity to help a buyer register for a yellow book one time, and they needed like 3-4 Thai people who have known them for at least 2 years to kind of like vouch for them to get the yellow book. So I'm not sure if that would be required for this type of visa.
Well, let me ask, could be a party. I think she just mentioned that the issue concerning yellow or blue books don't come into play here, because when a client buys a property, he or she will be given a title deed by the property owner, and you only need that documentation to apply for the visa. Okay, as proof or evidence of your purchase. So obviously the blue or yellow books that you mentioned don't come into play into this visa application. That's it.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
At first, I have two questions. First one is for the freehold condominium buying. If a customer buy 2 to 3 units, and then every 3 unit has over the price of 3 million, and he rented out the 2 units, can he apply for the NB visa?
If that customer is non-Thai, then he can.
No, I mean just only for the buyer. He buy 3 units.
Oh, to buy
He will
three.
live in 1 unit and he will rent out 2 units.
Yeah, but as long as so you're saying like 3 properties each cost more than 3 million? Okay. Say for example, that's easy because 3 million, that means that buyer is entitled to apply for the visa. But if he rents it out to another foreigner and that foreigner wants to apply for the visa, he cannot.
No, not for the foreigner, just for him.
Oh, for him.
For the owner?
Yes,
For the owner, yes, of course.
So how can be the tax structure for him? For extension, visa extension.
No, if I get your question correctly, he actually wants to live in that property, or he's living in that property, or he's just like buying for investment.
No, he will live in one property.
In one property.
Yes.
Okay.
Then he will rent it out to two other property.
I don't think that's any problem, because if he stays in one of the property and he buys the other condominiums just for the purpose of renting out, I think he's still entitled for the visa application.
Yes, but for the tax structure.
All taxes. Oh, we're not involved in tax, so I don't really know how we tax.
Sorry, we cannot answer your question about tax.
I don't really know, to be honest with you.
Okay, another question is for the leasehold. I had there's a remark with the visa, like he invested in 3 million, so he got the visa. The immigration officer write the remark at the passport. So is that possible to remove the remark? Because for the leasehold, he is not investing, right? He's just leasing or renting for long term. So can it be possible to remove the remark for the leasehold process?
คือความหมายคือเวลาเราเช่าระยะยาวที่โซมันจะมีคำเขียนข้างล่างว่าอันเนี้ยเขาซื้อเขาเช่า
Okay, so because the time is very limited, so we apply the last 3 questions for our partner here.
I don't understand why you need to erase it.
For the leasehold, the foreigner is not investing, right? Because he didn't get the land, right?
Right.
So he is not investing. He's just renting or leasing for the long term. So is that possible to remove?
That is one of the requirements. You can rent, you can do the long time leasehold, at least 3 years. That's one of the requirements. Yeah.
Yes, but the officer write the remark.
What is the remark?
Remark over the visa stamp, like he invest 3 million, so he got the visa.
I don't think that the remark matters. Can you later show me the remark? Yeah?
Yes.
We talk behind the microphone afterwards, because I think there's so many questions.
Because,
we are short of time.
Yeah, the last 3 questions, so one person asking only 1 question. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Next question, please. Please.
For previous clients that purchase, example like Flow by Sansiri, they already ownership transfer in November last year. Can they apply for this visa?
Yeah?
Yes, of course.
No problem at all. It doesn't have to be a new buyer. It can be any buyer who actually bought properties.
Is there a maximum backward time? Example, he purchased 5 years ago, still can apply?
As long as you can provide the documentation of.
The visa can be changed, as long as the purpose is for the stay in Thailand, not for other purposes.
Okay, but customer buy like 2 years ago and have the share not 2 years ago. Can apply?
So can change from the person's visa.
Okay.
No, let me clarify that because I just talked to could be a part on this. There's certain restriction as in terms of going back in the timeline as to when you can apply for the not when, but how long backward you can because the law or the regulation of this visa only come into play just recently, so you can only go back to 2020.
Okay.
1st of October 2020.
Okay.
1st of October 2020. Okay.
Sorry.
One person's one question first.
Just the cost of renewal, please. Is it 4,000 or 27,000? Second year.
How about talk with me afterwards because the time is running out. Okay.
Just
So
a real quick clarification on that. That's a simple answer to that. It's 4,000 for the service fee of the Tai Long Stay Management, and that kind of is entitles you for like membership, if you like, for the service of the Tai Long Stay Management for only for 4,000 baht. But the 27,000 baht is the visa fee that you still have to pay annually to the government for the
27K.
year by year. Yes. Okay. Maybe two more?
Last question. The
Last one? Okay.
Okay, I'd like to know that the membership fees and the visa fees are only for one person, right? If the one owner would like to sponsor their spouse or something else, need to pay more individually.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. 4,000 individually, 27,000 individually.
Yeah, I have a question.
Oh, last one. She's exercising her rights.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
now we have many customers request on the visa page. Yeah, it will write investment 3 million baht. So read this sentence.
That's the name of the visa. No worries.
This is
There are so many categories. Yeah, for the non-B, non-immigrant B, it's the name.
just the name. Okay, thank you.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry that we are short of time, but I will be available to answer any questions you may have, as well as could be a part and of course with Emma. But I'd just like to leave you with this message here. The visa that we are talking about here, the long stay visa, applies to tourists who want to stay longer term, like at least a year or more. And again, I mentioned about options of buying or renting. I think you're all clear with that. And it applies for all types of projects. It doesn't have to be any specific name projects. It can be any type of project or any property developers or even private individual rental or seller. It applies to all types of people who want to do business in this real estate. Okay? So that's a message that I just like to leave you all with. And of course, thank you so much for your attention. I know that none of you has slept. I didn't see any closed eyes, so thank you so much for your interest. And until we meet again, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.